Red Wash.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me change that switch skill.
Good idea.
It's actively bothering me. Oh, I can't do that while I'm in the party? Hang on. Oh, I'm talking to the wrong person. That's it. Okay.
Fatai. Ready?
What? Wait. What? Hold on. What did I talk to change switch skills again?
You go to your box.
Ah, that's it. Okay, I'm ready.
Cool. Can I also mention just how much I love Gargoyles in this game? They're so cute.
Where?
Do you know the big dodo birds?
Oh, yeah.
Gargoyle. I have a Junkrat tire.
Are you gonna play Overwatch 2?
No,
Me neither.
probably not. I was so disappointed in one. I was just like,
Me too.
that and I don't. What is it? I don't know what it is. It's just like I was playing with a bunch of like school friends and whatever, and either they're like way too try hard or they all play medic. There was like no in between. And then I know one of them was like not. They didn't say anything. They were just like I think they were a little bit salty because I so I was calibrating rank with them.
Yeah.
We're not playing the first 2 seasons, and I think I was playing with Aubrey. And this is like probably some of the most serious point I've ever heard Aubrey be. Like, just like very blunt advice. She was just like, your friends are not very good. I think you would queue higher if you just solo queued. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll take her advice. Yeah, ended up calibrating higher than a whole bunch of them.
And they were not happy with that?
They were just like, what? Oh my god, they really bricked the calibration system, and I'm like...
Oh, they can't just let you have that? Jeez.
Well, no, they said, like, congrats and whatever. It was like, they didn't calibrate, like, way behind me, but I was definitely higher for someone who was, like, literally just, like... I had, like, some crazy winning spree until I got my last game thrown by, like, just, like, a troll, basically. But, like, yeah, I had some crazy winning spree, and I was, like... super happy because like you basically end up with the same group the entire time unless you like leave queue and go back in.
Right.
And whatever.
So
and I played Reinhardt because I was like, I can play Reinhardt. Because my biggest script with Overwatch is like, oh, why are you playing this person? And you're like not standing here in this one niche, and I'm like, I just wanted to have fun. Anyway, but I was playing Reinhardt, and I was literally like at that hole where it's like an Asian place and there's a bell and they gotta hold the gate and it's awful and horrible.
Yeah. It's like a.
And like I literally
map,
like
basically, right?
this one Zarya was really meta for like defense. And I literally like the Zarya was like literally just standing in the gateway blocking and shielding and whatever, and I literally Reinhardt charged, grabbed like 4 people and like went off the cliff with them. Favorite thing to do in Overwatch, by the way.
Come with me.
But
you'll see.
yeah, I remember that. And I was pretty much. I was like, but I did that, and I was like blocking and shielding and doing all this good stuff. Anyway, I was on like a 4-game winning streak, but I remember like I did that, and I was like defending my team, and like a couple games I like go and someone else in the group takes Reinhardt. I'm like, oh, darn, okay, I guess I'll play something else, and they're like, wait, who played Reinhardt last time? And I was like, oh, that was me. And they're like, you were good. You would take Reinhardt, and they gave it to me. I was like,
so kind.
Someone let me play. And they like validated that I was actually good. I was so happy. I was like, oh. someone thought I was doing good, and then like 2 more games later, we got the troll who was like, "I want to play this," and they're like, or they like picked last, and someone's like, "Oh, we need I forget this or that or whatever." Like some role, and they're like, someone took their favorite character and they were mad about it, but they also like didn't say anything till like 10 seconds before the end of the queue. And they're like, well, they're like, you gotta pick something, and they're like, oh, I guess I'll pick something, and he picked a 3rd healer. And then like didn't do anything, so I lost that game.
That was that was your last seating match or whatever?
That was my last. I was actually really sad because I basically won 8 out. So if that guy hadn't thrown my game and I actually won that, I would have won like 8 out of my 10 seeding matches, which is kind of ridiculous. So like that's how close I was. So I was like, no, what? I was having so much fun with this group. Like they were actually like fun to play with. I was so bummed. Oh, I'm dragon blighted. Anyway, and then I didn't really play Overwatch afterwards. It was like schedules didn't link up. It was like, I don't know.
I don't think it's that fun, to be fair.
Yeah, it was like, it was too slow too. Like, I was like really excited because I really wanted to like, you know, Soldier Rocket Jump in a different game, or make it like Quake, where it's kind of like Quake, whatever it was, Arena or whatever. That was like really fast paced.
Reflex, yeah.
But it was like, I felt like every game I played was just like hold here, hold there.
No, you know that's the problem.
It was like,
the champions that they have in Overwatch are very. The meta is tank. It's like very
tank.
tank.
Hold on, I'm listening.
Yeah.
But why?
And not just is it tank, but like also like the engine is very slow compared to a Source Engine game.
Yeah. So anyway, it was not my cup of tea. Like, I remember briefly playing Titanfall.
Yeah, Titanfall is a Source Engine game. That's very fun.
Titanfall was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Until the meta started, where they're like, "Oh, you can't pilot the mech because this or that." I was like, I was just running around shotgunning people. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm doing in Apex right now, because Apex is also on the same engine as Titanfall, because it's the same series.
Yeah, Apex looks fun.
Apex is a lot of fun. And I like, I don't know, I just like Source Engine games. I was telling my friend, like, any game on Source Engine, I just wind up enjoying. Because I feel like I can move.
It feels good to play.
Yeah, it feels fucking good. Move.
Storyline be damned, it just feels good.
Right. If I can run and I can jump and I can slide places and like, God, like I can like style on people by climbing over them and like jumping over them and shooting down or whatever. Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna have fun. I don't know, because I play Valorant too, right? And like I've played Counter-Strike, but I feel way more comfortable in Counter-Strike. Like when I move around and stuff, I feel like I'm gliding in Counter-Strike. In Valorant, I'm like, oh, I feel like my feet are in molasses.
Like walk faster, I know you can do
it. I know. Please. And then I was playing Rainbow Six as well for a while, and that's even worse.
Oh yeah.
Siege.
Don't forget the tail.
Cause like you just sit there and Siege. It's like, oh no. You sit there in a corner for a long time waiting for someone to peek your angle, and then they shoot you through a tiny hole in the wall that you didn't know about.
My greatest thing in Counter-Strike was I was watching like Shroud or someone play Counter-Strike, and they did the thing where they peek through the. There's that thing where there's a door open, just a crack on the left, like a double door.
Oh, double door, dust to mid.
Yep.
And he peeked through the hinges.
Shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like right through the crack in the middle of the door.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's just like, it's like one of those that you try when you're rolling out and otherwise not really. But I saw Shroud do it. Cause I kind of like watching his stream just because the high level gameplay. Like I really enjoy watching his Apex Legends. I digress. I was like watching that, and I was like, I saw that, and then like Rock or someone was like, hey, play Counter Strike with me, and I'm like, I have a sniper rifle. I'm gonna try BMLG, knowing like I was like, I'm never gonna hit this. I don't hit sniper shots. It's TF2. I'm never gonna hit it here. I got a headshot. I actually killed someone for a while. I was like.
Very proud of you. I'm sure you would
I'm
if you
amazing.
practice enough you would get it right all the consistently. But like
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like my arena boss battles better though.
Rob recently joined a Valorant team of all things.
Sure, why not?
No, yeah, sure, why not? But like everyone's making a big deal out of it. I'm like, I don't think it's as amazing as people think. For one thing, he's been playing Valorant a lot. It's not like he's suddenly out of nowhere. And then the other thing is that people are like, oh, he's one of the best Counter-Strike players ever. You won one major on a team that kind of lucked into it. He's good. I mean, he is good. He's really probably one of the best American Counter-Strike players. But like, he was never on a team that was like gonna win it all every year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, obviously he'd still be there if that were the case.
Like,
I just enjoy watching
Navi, FaZe Clan, all the Scrawlers, right? They were all better than Cloud9. Even Liquid was better than Cloud9. And it's just like, yeah,
oh my god.
But people go nuts about Shroud being in Valorant. I'm just like, I don't know if he would really make or break that team. He is a good player though, so I don't know, maybe. But it's like the same thing with Apex too, right? People are like, oh, Ace or It's Timmy are really good at Apex and they should be on a competitive team. It's like, just because you're good doesn't mean that you would work on a team.
True. No, sorry, I just kind of snicker when you said Liquid because, the Dota Liquid
The
team,
team sucks or something?
So, no, they won. They won 1 year.
Yeah. How long ago?
And no, it was like a few years ago.
The forever in game time. Go on.
But like, okay, so Kuroki is the name of the captain, and whatever. But that year, as a joke, all 5 team members set their profile pictures to the different protagonists of Kuruku no Basketo.
Oh, okay.
So that's the year they came out in. And then they won. And everyone was just like, it's the power of anime and friendship.
No.
They pulled off the shonen sports anime miracle.
Who was Kuroko?
I think it was Kuroki.
Well, fair enough.
It was great. I loved it. I thought it was so funny.
Their CS
It's like
sucks.
Oh, I mean, it give and take.
Sucks too, actually.
I don't know what the Liquid Dota team is now because I don't think they have any of the original players.
That's fair.
But they had like one of my favorite moments was also they had this is like, god, this is ages ago already. It's like 6 years ago or something. Evil Geniuses won. TI5 or something, but the player universe, basically they're like all crowded into like one like area to like go farm this like boss that would give them the Aegis of the Immortal, which is like a free res for the guy who's holding it when they die. But they crowded in, and just at that moment, like universe, they're like they're position 3 or whatever, so like one of the playmaker guys who just goes in there and dies. It's like the roamer position. Basically just goes out there and uses this character's Echo Slam, which makes a really big noise, but also it gains power depending on how many people he hits with it.
Oh. Can you hit your
And he
teammates?
just went in there. No, you cannot hit teammates.
Okay. No,
And it doesn't come for
it's Dota,
ally
right.
points, but basically it's it was like everyone called it the $5 million slam
You just hit everyone.
because he won the tournament with that.
Oh wow.
And then they kicked him, so I don't know what happened there, but
It could be a personality thing, whatever.
it could be a personality thing. If I had to guess, they already had like he was already gonna leave to begin with. And I'm sad he hasn't really come back since, but I just remember that. I was just like, oh, he did the thing.
Maybe
And
Team
despite
Liquid
having,
as an
like-
organization just encourages people to act like insane people.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know.
Because like I remember their Counter-Strike team, they all dressed as Marvel superheroes on like a major team, a major stage, and it's all because one of their players at the time looked like Captain America, Steve Rogers.
I mean, sure, why not? If you're gonna do it. I mean, sometimes it's like good too. This most recent tournament was like a humongous upset because China's favorite team to win was like steamrolling, and then they had like one team that was like Team Secret that was like gonna be like the one make it or break it on like whether or not they were gonna get in. And so basically they beat Team Secret, and it ended up being this like random nobody team. Not like nobody, but it like definitely was like a lot of people thought they would just be gone already.
Right.
I forget. I don't even remember their names. Just like nobody team against China's favorite team, and you know how China feels about Dota.
Right.
It's like they just made it to the final. Everyone's like, "Oh, haha!" The finals actually ended in the semifinals, where there was like one of those crazy like less than 200 millisecond reaction speed, crazy like playmaker or whatever things. They're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a sweep." LGD is definitely gonna. Nope, they lost. They lost to the nobody team.
Rip.
They okay, part of it I feel is like really self-inflicted, but this is just me as like an observer.
Yeah.
But they had, so they kept giving them this hero called Magnus, and Magnus's big thing, or two big things, is he empowers your carry, so he buffs his carry so they do cleave damage.
Huh?
So AoE and a cone out and stuff, and his ult, where he like reverse polarity basically sucks everyone in and stuns them into like where he is within a certain gap. So a lot of Magnus players jump in, RP, and then like shove. He can also juxtaposition people, so he turns around and shoves the stunned people into his team. And you never want to be grouped in Dota. That's just not a good thing.
Right.
And stuff. They kept giving this team Magnus. It's a best of 5, and they gave him 3. They're like, don't give this player Magnus. Just ban Magnus. And they're like, nope, gave him Magnus, lost every time. And I'm like, it was like literally just a Magnus. Like it wasn't that fun to watch. I was like, please ban Magnus. And they're like, no, we can't ban Magnus. I'm like, just ban Magnus.
I need
Just
one
ban
item.
Magnus.
I need
He's one of those.
2 items. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I thought I needed 2 items. I'm sad.
That's fine. We can slay him one, but I just ban Magnus. No, they didn't. Freaking the hope of China, because China lost on was it even or odd year? It was because for the longest time it was a Western team would win, then a Chinese team would win, then a Western team would win. So it was like even years or something were good for China, or odd years or something.